How's it going, everybody? Just going to do a unboxing on a new firearm I purchased. If you haven't followed up on my other video, previous one to this one, I had said that I recently had sold my Saiga 410 shotgun. I just basically didn't use it, didn't care for it anymore, and I figured now, while the market's a little high for them, I'll go ahead and sell it. I was pretty happy with what I got. Not going to say it because I know everybody's going to say, oh, you could have got more or this and that. But I was very, very happy with what I got. So, again, like I said, I just really didn't use the gun. And with 410, ammo's pricey, and you had to use 3-inch shells, which are not the easiest to find, in my opinion, or in my case, basically. So, I just said, you know what, I'm happy with selling it. If it was a 12-gauge version, I would have kept it most definitely. But I was like, you know, get something I'm going to actually use. And I've been on the market for a 22 semi-auto handgun. A while back I had the Chiappa 1911 22. Pretty good gun for the money. Just wasn't what I was wanting, I guess, in the end. I was really wanting more something for target shooting, for accuracy, and the quality wasn't the best on that gun either. So I sold it, and I said, you know what, I'm going to get something that's going to be accurate, you know, very good quality, and this and that. So I decided on the Ruger series, the Mark III. This particular one's a Mark III 245. It has the threaded barrel and with iron sights. So when I sold that Saiga, I used the money to buy this. Of course, I had some cash, a little extra cash left over too. But so I'm just going to do an unboxing, kind of show what you get. Which is kind of your standard stuff, and just show some of the features, and maybe tell you why I got this gun in particular. Minus that I was wanting a target pistol. So once you open it, of course you get your spent casing, which most states now, or a lot of states, require that from the manufacturer. So the manufacturer puts your spent shell casing in it. In this little side compartment here, you get a Ruger, kind of like a padlock. Again, most people probably don't ever really use them. I guess now, I didn't realize, but they now, and I'm sure they probably started with the Mark III series, but they have this key lock. So I guess now you kind of like everybody's copying off of the Taurus now, basically, that you can lock your gun up and it won't be able to fire, which I think is kind of dumb. It does come with two 10-round magazines. One's in the gun, and then this one. And if you do, this one does have the iron sights, like I said. But if you did want to put a rail and put some sort of optic or something, it does come with a rail to put on top of the gun. I don't know if you have to take off the sights or not. It looks like you may not have to. I'll have to check it out later. Of course, a little Allen key. And that's it on that side. The gun will come in plastic. And it comes with this pretty cool Ruger sticker. I believe it's 2 separate stickers. One that says Ruger, and then this one is their emblem. Pretty cool. Of course, your instruction manual, which I always recommend everybody reading and before you buy, or when you get a new gun. And your $10 NRA membership, you know, $10 off and all that, and basically all your registration stuff. So again, the manual. So the basic stuff. Everybody knows how to, you know, basically what's in that stuff. But and of course your nice little Ruger soft case. So it's pretty cool. Just a standard case. I mean, nothing real fancy or nothing, but it is what it is. So other than that, that's basically all you get with the gun. And go ahead and show you the good stuff now. The gun itself. Put all this stuff back in here. I actually had this gun for a few days now. I got it Friday. I just haven't been able to make a video on it. It is safety checked. Magazine is clear. chamber is clear. Of course, this one does have the, unfortunately with the Mark IIIs, have a magazine disconnect safety, so the gun will not fire unless the magazine is inserted into the firearm, which eventually I'm going to change that. I'll get into that a little later. So basically I'm just going to do a, just kind of show you some of the specs on the gun. Like I said, it does have a 10 round magazine. With this particular, with a 2245, they basically were trying to go after the 1911 kind of controls a little bit and kind of grip angle. You can use basically 1911 grips, but you will have to do some modification. See how the grip is on an angle to accommodate the slide release here, or the bolt release, I'm sorry. So if you do put a 1911 grip on this side, you will have to kind of grind it down a little bit on an angle, but the right side you shouldn't have to worry about doing nothing at all. So it does have a traditional magazine release right here. And your safety is in kind of an awkward position. It's right here in the back. So when you actually have the gun in your hand, it's not really easy to get a hold of, to flip it off. I mean, you really have to kind of find it in a way. So me, I just always will just probably put my hand back like this, or my thumb back, to actuate it. It's just a little easier than trying to sweep it down like if you was on a 1911. It does have adjustable sights, the rear adjustable sight is for elevation and windage, and just a standard fixed front sight post, which what I did with mine is put a little bit of white out to kind of help see the different contrast between if it was still black rear and black front. It was a little hard to pick up, so just to add a little different contrast, I put a little white out on the tip so it's easier to pick up a little better. And of course, with the newer ones, they do have a loaded chamber indicator on the side. I'm trying to get a good view of it. Right here. So when you do put a round in the chamber and chamber it, it will kind of protrude off to the side a little bit. Not really crazy about that, but then again, it doesn't bother me too much. The main thing, like I said, is the magazine disconnect. I absolutely hate it. So that's one feature it does have that I do not really like. Trigger pull is probably your typical Mark III, or I'm not sure, and Mark II and everything. I'm not sure if it's any heavier than the older ones or not. Don't have much experience with this gun. I've shot one before. I think it was a Mark II, or maybe it was a regular Mark III. I'm not sure. It was somebody else's gun, but so I'm not sure if the trigger pull is any different. But later down the road, I want to put the, I believe it's full course in. Not sure if I'm saying it right, but they got a drop-in kit where you have to do some stuff a little bit, but it will take up the trigger pull to around 2 and something pounds, roughly. Of course, it'll probably vary. They always say it's, you know, a certain weight, and then usually it's not exactly what they say it is. But I want to do that, lighten the trigger pull up, and also put a Mark II bushing in there, so it'll get rid of the magazine disconnect. But those are later down the road things I'm going to do to it. Again, it is threaded. You just unthread it, and it does have basically your standard 22 threads, which I forget off the top of my head what it is. It's kind of like the same as your AR and everything. It should be the same. It has a little washer on here, kind of a little piece of metal. So you can put either like some sort of muzzle brake or muzzle device like from an AR, or you could put a fake suppressor, which I'm probably going to do, or if you really wanted to go the extra mile and get your permit for a real suppressor, you can do that. So it does have a more of a heavy bullet barrel. So it's supposed to be 4.5 pound or 4.5 inches long. And as you can see the top of the gun here is drilled and tapped for that Picatinny rail. So I believe you can, like I said, put the rail on without removing the sights. You know, let me check that out real quick and see. Kind of like eyeball it. Okay, you know, it looks like you may have to, yeah, it looks like you're going to have to probably remove your front sight at least. So that kind of sucks. It'd be pretty nice if it was able to fit on there without removing the front sight. And maybe if you had some sort of lower profile red dot, maybe it may co-witness. That would have been pretty cool, but I don't think it's going to work out too good. So, but again, I wanted it more for target. I wasn't planning on putting an optic on this one. That's why I went with this model and not the version of this one. It's the same thing, except for it, instead of the sights, it doesn't come with sights. It just comes with a standard rail on top and also on the bottom of the barrel, which this one's not drilled and tapped for the rail on the bottom, which to me, I'm not putting a flashlight on a 22 or nothing like that, you know. The top rail kind of made sense if you wanted just an optic only, but again, this one can do it too. And you don't have that goofy looking rail on the bottom. But so just kind of going over the specs from their website. Well, the MSRP is supposed to be $449 from what they're saying, but you can get it for under $4 out the door with tax usually, depending on where you live, of course. Supposed to be in materials in alloy steel, blued finish, and of course a polymer grip. The twist on the barrel, they say, is 1/16 right hand twist, I believe. 6 grooves. So you should, even with this 4.5 inch barrel, you should still get pretty good groupings, I imagine. Still should be a very, very accurate firearm. The overall length they're saying is about 8.5 inches long. 32 ounces is the weight they're saying. Width is 1 inch. Height is 5.35 inches. So kind of some of the specs on it. Again, why I got this one again is for target shooting, and the reason why, you know, I just didn't get a standard bull barrel or, you know, more target version. I decided, you know, I thought it was kind of cool to be able to put some sort of fake suppressor, kind of give it a cool factor too, minus just being a target gun. So I'm kind of getting both the best worlds, you know, kind of having a cool looking gun, but then again having something that's still a very accurate target gun for the most part. So that's pretty much why I got it. And again, I had that Chiappa, but it wasn't really what I wanted. Takedown, again, is a pain in the ass on these from what everybody says, so still haven't taken it apart yet, still haven't even shot it yet, so eventually I'm going to, hopefully maybe today, take it out. The magazines do pretty much sometimes drop free. Again, it's not really doing it right now. You know, I'm sorry, I believe actually with the bolt locked back, oh, never mind, I was thinking of something else. Never mind, just kind of scratch everything I said there. But they say once you do put that bushing, the Mark II bushing in there, and get rid of the magazine disconnect, they say it should drop free. So right now, it kind of, if you're doing it like a tactical, like shooting, and you want to drop the magazine free, it's not really going to work too good, so that's a negative. So you will kind of have to like push a button and release it, or pull it out yourself manually. As far as the to charge it, you got to be careful when you let it go, because it can pinch your skin when it's going forward. So just got to be careful of that. Kind of get it off towards the end a little more, so you don't chance of pinching your skin on your fingers. What's kind of annoying to me is with the magazine out, you can't even pull the bolt and let it go forward. You actually have to hit the bolt release and then it'll go forward. So I think that's kind of a negative. But that's just one more step you have to do to make it go forward. So anyways, I think that's about it, you know, as far as the specs on it. Grips, I'm not sure if I'm going to really do much on those. They're kind of fine. Kind of leave it, you know, in a black look. If it was some sort of beautiful stainless steel gun, if it came with black grips, I'd probably want to put some nice wood grips on there. I think that would look nice, but since it's more of like a tactical kind of looking gun, I think it's going to look pretty cool just all black, and I kind of like that. Who knows, maybe if I could find some nice like gray grips or something. I think that gray and black might look pretty nice together. Probably won't do the whole rubber grips. But anyways, that's pretty much it. So if you have any questions, you know, feel free to ask and leave a comment. Get back to you. But thanks for watching, and have a good one.